I am Stephen Baker.
I'm Mel Baker.
We are two of a 6-piece band called The Breaking Yard. I primarily am a guitar player and vocalist. Mel plays a lot of things.
I play harmonium, violin, guitar, and sing in the band.
And then there's a few folks. So we have Chris Baker, he's our drummer. Matt James plays bass primarily. He plays a little bit of electric guitar too.
Tyler plays electric, synthesizer, glockenspiel, banjo. He's kind of our auxiliary man. And then Matt.
Metaphor.
Yeah, he likes to be called Metaphor because there's 2 Matts in the band, so he calls himself Metaphor. He's a dulcimer player.
Further, just a little further now, till we can find a shore that's fit to build our home on.
Last winter, we did a 17,000-mile cross-country loop around the United States.
In a van that never broke down, which is kind of miraculous.
It was amazing.
Now she's dead, though. She's dead. We're trying to revive her, but...
Yeah, but that was so interesting. That was such a good experience because we learned a lot about ourselves, about our music, about how we wanted to tour. We learned a lot about the state of our country and like what people are thinking about and the things that they're struggling with, the things that they're totally okay with. We were kind of like in an artist community primarily, so that is a little isolated of this kind of demographic. But still, relatively broke people who are trying to create something in their home to, cultivate life and excitement and all art in general.
Hold fast, open ways. Hold fast, open ways.
I think touring, though, helps establish more loyal fans.
Definitely.
I think people can hear your music on the internet, and that's a great thing, and they can like you, but I think the connection of seeing somebody live is totally different.
Yeah, like you're developing relationships, and that's kind of, the bands that at least the bands that I love the most, and the ones that have impacted me the most, were where I like stumbled into a show one night, and like my mind was completely blown, and I had to look them up and I had to see what they were doing, and I had to contact them and tell them, like, you really affected me this way. And that's the importance of music. It binds people somehow.
I think traveling changes people. It takes you out of your comfort zone, and you have to learn to be content with what you have and where you are. And sometimes when you don't have a place to sleep for the night, and strangers invite you into their home, you learn just how loving and genuine and gracious people can be. But I think that, at least for myself, on this last tour in Ireland, I learned how to work hard at what I was doing. I think sometimes with music there's the tendency to practice and then you play your shows, and there can be the tendency after a while to just not really push yourself and just kind of take what you're given, or even with me just being tired with booking after a while or that kind of a thing. And I was pretty convicted actually about how lazy I had kind of gotten with this gift that I had been given and something that I had been given to share, at how little I was working. I think in Ireland We ended up playing sometimes 5 or 6 sets a day between busking and shows. And we would have to carry all of our equipment most of the time on public buses. So we were hauling all of our equipment and our packs for a couple miles sometimes. I mean, we would have to take breaks, and I had never actually physically labored that much for my art. So that was a really cool thing to learn, honestly, like feeling that on a physical level. And I think the humility that comes from that too was really valuable. We are doing this because we feel like we're supposed to, and we have to. And it's a part of us. I mean, I think I've toured for 9 years now, between different bands and then this band, and it's just something that as long as I feel like I'm supposed to be doing it, I'm going to do it, even if I'm broke, because it far outweighs having money. I think the experience and the people that we get to interact with and learn from, and then the feedback that we get, you know, if we encourage somebody else's life, I feel like that's far more rewarding in the long run. So we're going to do it until we feel like we're supposed to stop, basically.